NASA has been accused of cutting its live feed on several occasions. Could this be a glitch in its software or something more? Could they be hiding something from us? The National Aeronautics and Space Administration Solar Observatory's feed went black just as a strange large object appeared close to the sun's surface. We investigated whether this object was a UFO or a natural phenomenon. Stay till the end to find out more. Earth is our home, but that doesn't remove the fact that different planets are scattered all over the universe. Apart from that, there are numerous bizarre objects in space. Things that may seem wild to us are likely common throughout the cosmos. So astronomers are constantly trying to discover and unravel these unidentified objects. Scientists keep discovering mysterious objects in space, and one of them is a black cube believed to be 25 times larger than our planet. NASA's live solar cam allegedly crashed after a mysterious black cube appeared on the screen. The threatening black object was spotted in the bottom right corner of the sun for roughly 2 seconds before the live stream suddenly ended. In the footage available for all to see on SOHO's official website, one can see the mysterious-looking black cube emerging from the sun's surface, and then immediately after that, NASA suddenly experienced glitches on its site, sending conspiracy theorists into a frenzy. Many have insinuated, and many more are convinced, that the space agency tried to cover up something strange that was seen during the incident, using the excuse of experiencing glitches. Now, conspiracy theorists are saying that this is a cube. Still, to anyone familiar, this looks like a solar flare, and one so huge that it could gobble the Earth whole. But what's striking here is the rectangle shape that appears just before the solar flare is spotted, and then the live stream ends. Was that a glitch, or was that something we weren't supposed to see? The live feed has been cut off whenever something strange appears or happens. The International Space Station also has a live streaming video feed that allows space enthusiasts to view the Earth and outer space through cameras fitted underneath the orbiting structure. On multiple occasions, there have been sightings of unidentified objects, with UFO enthusiasts claiming them to be alien visitors. These visitors are almost always proven to be much more mundane, such as space debris. NASA appears to have cut off the live video feed several times, which is not suspicious because it could be attributed to technical reasons. Still, some incidents have been odd, like when NASA cut the feed just seconds after the strange object came into the camera's view. This cut-off live feed not only created suspicion among already suspicious UFO hunters and enthusiasts, but it also made people wonder if there have been cover-ups. According to popular alien hunter Scott Waring, the UFO is at least 25 times the size of Earth. The Earth's radius is 6,371 kilometers, making the UFO more than 159,275 kilometers long. Pulling footage from the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory, a project of international collaboration between NASA and the European Space Agency, a tiny cubic-shaped object appears on the bottom right corner of the sun for roughly 2 seconds. Then, the clip is cut to an abrupt end, and the screen turns pitch black. Waring believes the UFO came from the sun's core, feeding off our host star's immense energy. The UFO enthusiast said on ET Database, a blog he created, that he caught a huge black orb leaving our sun on SOHO's images. The black sphere is over 25 times the size of the Earth and stays on the sun's surface for a few hours before it shoots away. He went on to say that this is one of the most important spheres near our sun. So there's a big chance that this black sphere is an alien ship or space station that occupied a hollow space within our sun and then was seen exiting. Scientists who previously worked for NASA have various explanations for all of the strange UFO sightings reported. In an interview with Vice TV, Bernard Fleck, a project scientist and mission manager at SOHO, responded to the similar appearance of the black cube. However, he insisted that it wasn't an object. Instead, he said that the black cube was missing due to a corrupted telemetry block. He continued that their pipeline processing fills most missing blocks, but this doesn't always work, and not all missing blocks are filled correctly. So in simple words, the appearance of the black cube is a glitch in the picture itself, and transmission errors between SOHO and Earth cause it. SOHO is located in a halo orbit, which is about 1 million miles from Earth, and the images it sends across that distance clearly leak a few pixels from time to time. Those gaps are normally plugged when the spacecraft resends its data. Fleck added that most missing blocks are indeed filled by SOHO's pipeline processing, but that this doesn't always work, and that not all missing blocks are filled correctly. Also, former NASA engineer James Oberg said almost all UFO sightings are nothing more than space dandruff afloat in front of our cameras. These flecks of dandruff can be anything from bits of scratched paint drifting aimlessly in zero gravity to flakes of ice or spacecraft covering that's broken off. James stated that he's had enough experience with real spaceflight to realize that what's being seen in many videos is nothing beyond the norm of wholly earthly phenomena occurring in unearthly settings. He claims that the human brain is not wired to comprehend these microscopic objects floating above Earth. On September 6, 2018, there was considerable wonder and mystery behind the sudden closure and evacuation of the Sunspot Solar Observatory. This observatory is a NASA spot for watching the sun, so you may be wondering if they saw something through the observatory that they shouldn't have. Or, did they do it to stop the observatory from seeing something when it was shut down? But no, that's not what happens. FBI agents swooped over Lincoln Forest Mountain in New Mexico on a secret mission. They targeted the Sunspot Solar Observatory. As soon as they reached the place, they swarmed in and shut down the observatory. The FBI agents gave no information to those evacuated about what was happening. They were asked to leave. Even the town sheriff and local police were unable to find a lead, and the FBI silenced the employees by requiring them to sign a confidentiality agreement. Finally, after 11 days, the lockdown was lifted. The FBI later stated that they were investigating one of the facility's janitors for possessing and distributing pornography materials. The person wasn't arrested or charged with any crime later on. But before the information, people feared that NASA may have observed the sun shrinking in size, which is the beginning of its end before it turns into a red giant and goes supernova. Still, other observatories' follow-up observations over the year showed that our sun is as magnificent as ever. So others believed that there could be a reason the FBI locked down the observatory for 11 days while investigating without making any arrests. Most people, however, believe this was a massive cover-up for something more serious. After discovering evidence of star lifting in NASA images, UFO hunters claimed aliens are harvesting energy from our sun. What do we mean by star lifting? It's just a name to describe any process by which civilizations could remove materials from a star and use them for themselves. Freeman Dyson, an American mathematical physicist, first suggested that there could be a possible formation developed by an intelligent civilization that completely encloses a star and captures a considerable amount of its solar output. While humanity is far too low on this Kardashev scale to build such an object, other species may have mastered this type of advanced technology. Alien spacecraft could be surrounding the sun to harvest solar energy. At least, that's the latest claim made by UFO hunters, who believed that they had spotted evidence of star lifting in the image taken by NASA. The image shows an unidentified white dot joined to the sun by a connected line. Is this massive UFO feeding off solar energy? While the uploader admits to being initially skeptical, they appear to have been convinced that the image may as well show some alien activity. The fact that the UFO is a different color and shape from the rest of the connected line doesn't sit right with the people. Time after time, we've seen strange sightings around the sun, and NASA keeps explaining them to us as natural phenomena such as solar flares, plasma discharges, or comets, most often after cutting the live feed abruptly. However, there are so many things we still don't know about the sun, and for a species yet to know about its star completely and harvest all its energy, we will keep searching for an answer to the question, are we alone?